Welcome.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Kali Conversation. We have a great treat for you guys today because today we're actually back in Nevada because we were just here a couple of weeks ago.
We were?
Yeah, remember?
I don't remember. I was hungover that whole
That's
time.
right, the whole show.
The whole show.
But we're in Reno, Nevada at Circus, where they have an incredible thing that they put up for almost every
Bruce
year.
Hunchy's
Yeah,
gathering.
Bruce Hunchy's gathering. And we're at Circus, and they have this wonderful event. What they do is they have a bunch of different martial artists come on the show,
Like this
come
guy.
up, and then they demo. Now, this guy that we have in front of us, we actually have been trying to get him on the show for over a year.
In front of us?
Well,
beside us.
Beside us,
Yeah.
tweets.
We're honoring him in
We're
the middle.
honoring in the middle, right, Danny? So, this is Kali Conversation with me, Rick,
Aminain,
and our wonderful
special
guest, Master
Nelson Pinto.
Nelson Pinto.
Wow, you
Wow.
almost got that one wrong.
I did, because I was thinking about throwing a bunch of other...
He gets everybody's name wrong.
Nelson Pinto.
Nelson.
There you go.
Yes.
Now, and the reason why I've been trying to get him on for a year is this, folks. I actually requested a friendship with him on Facebook. He graciously said yes, even though he doesn't have no clue. He's got 1,000 people on his friends that's like, he doesn't know me from Adam.
Yeah.
But he's nice enough to say, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So because of that, I get to follow him, and he puts up all these wonderful things. He talks about his wife
Dude,
all
did you
the
see
time.
his body transformation?
Dude, oh my God, this
I
guy,
lost the-
we're going to have him take off his shirt, folks. At some point, we're going to trick him into it. Dude, this fucking washboard ab, right?
Yeah, I know, right? Dude, yeah, it's been fun
And
watching.
the crazy thing about this, folks, when you see him on the video, I'm thinking he's like 5'7", right? Stand up, please.
Yeah, I'm short.
Dude!
5'4". Proud
Stay
of that.
seated. Oh,
And he's
cool.
proud of it, goddammit.
I'm like a grenade.
That's right.
Small
Oh, he
bird.
is.
But this guy is awesome.
The
You know,
reason I befriended him on Facebook was the first gathering we ever went to. You did a demonstration in the main floor, and your uki was even taller than me. And
Mario.
you-
Mario? Oh, that one, when
was
was
like-
that? It was 2012? 13?
I think it was 12, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
very first or
2012,
second one we
yeah.
went to.
With my brother Mario Ferrito from Portland.
But you were a little portly then.
Man,
you were a little heavier.
Tell me about
Right?
it.
Dude, see how much we've been following you? We knew you used to be
You
quick.
even
But that high axe kick that you brought up in like a close range, I was just taken aback. I was like, oh my God, this man can really move. And I was
Have you seen his workout regimens that he puts on video? I'm like,
it's
holy
crazy.
shit. I would pass out after 2 minutes.
you can't do it. You can't walk.
I can't even
But welcome. Thank you for being on our
Thank
show.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you for
No,
being
it's a
with
big
us.
honor for me. You know,
Don't be honored by us. We're
I
just
just lately it looks like everybody wants to do an interview with me, and I don't take myself very serious. You know,
Right.
I'm a student,
Right.
and you know, people come and like, what is your, like you're asking, what do you want to be treated? So, well, I'm Nelson, right? Nelson Pinto, you know, but I love martial arts and been doing it for the last 3 decades.
Now, you're in a
decades.
bunch of different systems that you do, right? Different styles.
Yeah, I,
Rattle off some of those because...
So let's start. So 90s in Portugal.
Wait, let's do it this way. How old were you when you first started martial arts?
I was around 15 years old.
God,
Okay.
that's about the average age for most martial arts.
Yeah.
Teenage years before they get into gangs, they're like, gang, martial arts.
Let's go
I'm
martial
gonna go with
arts.
martial arts.
The good thing
Oh.
in Portugal.
Sorry, sir. We're
Watch
actually
out.
filming.
We're going to get that all
like the
day, folks. We're actually in
registration
the lobby of this whole gathering, so it's pretty funny.
Right. Well, they see the table and they come in. You know,
Oh, yeah,
that's-
we're going to register with
It's
us.
the light. Come to
Dude,
the
we can
light.
take in money. We'll take it to a nice hotel. We'll say,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's another $50.
$50. We're too deviant that way. We're not even honest.
Oh, you're Filipino.
There you go.
Oh, it's
He's like,
Filipinos like Portuguese. We're all the same. The food and the family and party, right?
and party.
And
for
the
sure.
Spanish.
Karaoke, at
Yeah,
least.
that would
It's
do.
very similar. Very similar.
So, 15 years old.
Yeah.
What was your first system?
Well, I started in Portugal. I came back in Europe. Born in Manhattan, Greenwich Village. I was 6 years old. Moved to Portugal. I had to learn Portuguese, Spanish, French. You know, as a kid, I was very not only martial arts. I like everything that was.
Okay, wait. So I'm confused now because
He was born in
your ac-
Queens, New York.
Yeah, Queens, New York.
No,
but he's
Greenwich,
in-
Greenwich Village.
Bridge,
Oh,
right?
Greenwich.
Greenwich
But his
Village.
accent is from somewhere else.
It's
Yeah.
from Portugal. So that's it. When I moved to
You grew up in
Portugal.
America and you got your Portugal accent.
Yes.
What the heck?
So I lived there 29 years. So my
Right.
first system, martial arts was not very familiar. When in the United States, martial arts is a big boom, right,
Right.
everywhere. Back there was, I have to drive 1 hour, right?
Really?
Oh yeah. And I was,
At 15, he's already driving. I like
well, I go to school in the bus, right? And my father was so awesome. He will pick me up because I will come late. You know, I go to the dojo at 6, 7.
Wow.
I will start training before the classes with other friends. I will go to the class. I will stay after the class. My father will come pick me up around 10:30, 11 p.m. I'll be at home at midnight, and then in the morning, 6 a.m. back to school, right? But I started karate Shotokan.
Okay.
So I got
This
to
is crazy
Shotokan.
because where does a 15-year-old get this kind of determination to just
Yeah,
want to
where's
be
that
this
from?
dedicated? I mean, what the hell?
You're gonna laugh.
I'm laughing
Really?
And it
already.
was not Van Damme. It was not Schwarzenegger. You know, come with me if you want to live.
If you say Seagal, I'll kick your ass.
No, it was not Seagal. I'll tell you right now. It was a fictitious figure. It was Sensei Miyagi.
Ah, nice.
Really?
Yes.
Really, I love the aspect of the traditional aspect, but family aspect, because people sometimes messed up the traditional.
Right.
Because I think we can be very traditional but family oriented.
Right.
You know, Hawaiian Portuguese style, or you talk
Right,
like
yeah,
English,
you're right, yeah.
But still, you know, family and joking and laughing and the class going. But I like that. You know, when I found my first system, it was not. It was very Japanese, strict. No, right. Very and the trainers were very hard. I will tell you because.
Oh yeah, Japanese training. No, that's no joke.
But in Portugal, I'm 15 years old. I have these 30, 40 years old guys beating me up. My mom have eyes at home waiting for me. She'll have eyes. I don't know how my parents deal with that, but they beat me up. I remember the first time in fighting stance and said Ajime, and this guy threw me a gyatsuke middle punch. Right? He hit me
Okay,
on
for the English speaking, what's a gyatsu?
So it's a reverse punch,
Okay.
right? And I'm like, I don't know what is a gyatsuki.
Right here.
And the guy just hit me in the middle of something, and I'm like,
You're buckled over.
I want to breathe. My lungs are locked, right?
15-year-old kids.
They beat me up in Portugal because the mentality, what I see back there, even if it was in the 90s, was the 70s of United States, right?
Right.
Because behind, and that Latino or the Portuguese mentality was Portugal, Spain, right? Still that macho thing. So I have to train, you know, I will tell you right away, sometimes I'll go home, I'll be crying because I beat up,
I can imagine.
bruised up, right?
Right.
But in class, you're
But
Yeah.
in class,
You never showed no tears.
and I cannot have access to the brown belts and black belts because it was something so magical and impossible to reach. So what I start doing, I start training. I will go to classes 2, 3, 4. I will train at home. I have sandbags, and I have my father have some banana trees. I saw Van Damme. I'm gonna put that banana tree down. I did it.
I love it.
You know, bam, 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 and then eventually I start beat them up. You
Right.
know, and I
How many
started.
times did you break your leg?
Never broke my leg.
Nice. Okay.
Never,
good.
never.
'Cause that
I
fucking banana tree hurts.
you know, in fact, it's more difficult to hit
Smart.
the wood
Yeah.
or bamboo or other. But again, I started having problems because I started incorporating. You know, I like Bill Wallace and see Joe Louis
okay.
and all these guys. And my karate, I started doing techniques like I remember a guy came to me and I jumped back kick or I did a tornado kick.
Oh.
And my teacher like that's not karate. That's not on the system. And
He's making shut up as he goes.
I'm in Cesar, and I'm tired of
He
this.
won. Because
Yeah,
he won.
oh,
That's
I'm
why
sure.
they're calling
And
you
I'm
out.
tired, right?
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
So I met this Carlos Pedro, my teacher. I
Uh-huh.
still treat him as my teacher. Love him. You know, this is this rough guy. You know, lives close to the sea.
Right.
Hi, Dennis, my brother there, and he's teaching Taekwondo ITF, the old school.
Right.
Oh.
But he's mixing boxing and he's learning kickboxing, Muay Thai, and that basically was almost a Kyokushinkai way, if you want
Right.
to say. but we hitting in the head, no helmets, no protection. Again, it was
This
very
is old
hard.
school.
He's
This
a
is old school,
commando,
yeah.
right? It was
What's a concussion?
Yeah, who cares? Among friends.
Many of them, I'm telling you. He's a commando. He's a living a fisherman village,
Yeah.
and you know they say, hey, they smuggle drugs and weapons. All that kind of mentality.
We don't know any of these people, folks. We're just interviewing him.
Yeah,
We're not
just
associated
We're
no,
talking
with-
about 30 years
Stories,
ago,
30 years
and
ago,
I don't
30
know nothing.
It's changed since then.
He changed.
The
It's
statute of
different.
limitation is
Yes.
way beyond the.
It was with the Community European Union change move. Change. But anyway, it comes from this hardcore
Yeah, you have to
background.
be a badass just to walk through that village.
Right. And so my teacher, when he taught, and he was tough. A commando comes from that
Right.
village. He's also a bouncer. So his life make him like, the way I teach is for you guys to survive.
Wow,
And he made
love
me,
it.
and he really loved us. It was a hard love. I remember being in the line, and he's punching in the belly, and I started seeing guys
Drop.
throwing up on the knees, and I'm like, I'm gonna be the next. And then some of these tough guys join, and a lot of times I say, why I'm coming over here, right? And I'm like,
And he's this little guy, right? He's
people beating me
No,
up.
he was shorter at 15.
You know what? Probably I never grow up after 13. It's
probably
really
stung his
sincere.
growth. He got hit so hard.
It's just compact,
Hit him so hard he stopped growing.
What happened, guys, was my teacher, right? The first time I came, they're
Yeah.
like, okay, karate. I have these guys to fight you. Yeah, I have 3-4 guys fighting me. I think I did well, but still I saw I'm gonna stay here because I really want to learn how to fight. Even if they're brawler, it's the only way I can be strong.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Even if regress, I love Mr. Miyagi because I want to be that man, and I want to be someday that I cannot get out from my center, to be over control my emotions, to be kind, and to be respectful, and to be between that. Let's see the traditional fusion with the modern warrior,
Right.
and that's how I identify myself.
No, and that's what I've noticed in some of the videos that you put
Wow.
out. You are not as traditional as you almost imply, because I see a lot of different things going on.
Yeah, I like the forms, but
Yeah.
I like the meditation, but I like boxing and
Well, that's
Muay
just
Thai,
it. I
and
see
you
so
do
many
some
different things on
grappling,
you. Yeah, it blows my mind, and that's like I said, we've been wanting to talk to you for the longest time because I noticed a guy who wasn't stuck on one thing.
Right.
He understood that you fight outside of your comfort zone, and you try to learn as much and many different things. But I've also noticed that you're very respectful to each one.
Yes.
I don't think you ever bastardize anything. You stay very respectful. You stay within the code of honors with each of those
I
groups. And I've
give
noticed
credit to everybody because even my teacher, I talked about Carlos Pedro.
Yeah.
Then eventually I move on to other teachers, right? Like my Grandmaster Dialba. Then later on with Guru John Suriano and Grandmaster Bobby Tabuada. I've been a little bit off. Hopefully in the future coming back. But I was finishing the Stockton multi-style with Master June.
Yes.
And Guru Terry and Gene. They I have been studying with many others that I always give credit, but I kind of stay with the people that I was not the business only.
Right.
Because for me, I need that my teacher is also. I'm not saying things are perfect because you know how it's family, right? You don't have to agree with your father all the time, your mom, but in the end, we stay together
Yeah.
because we
Still
love.
love, yeah.
Well, you
And
have the civil rivalry and stuff like that. Dude, it has to be there.
That's it. And these guys, especially now, I graduate also. So, do you want to go back to my story? We already going a little bit.
Dude, I don't care
forward,
where
Oh
right?
we're
no,
at. Are you
dude, this
kidding?
is
Just
how
to
our
jump
conversations
is-
go.
This is our show.
Yeah.
Between doing the taekwondo and then the Muay Thai, my Carlos Pedro, I was doing Apkido, I don't Gundo, Aikido Yamagiyo.
What's Farang? Farang?
So what happened was this: after I was trying to train everybody because I want to be complete, and then the Gracie started coming over, and I'm like, I need also grappling, because I've jump walks, I've striking,
kick.
I go with my friends Kimpo that I really love, my friends from Kaju Kimpo and Kosho Rio. And my name is Nelson. I have a problem, right? It's like martial arts.
yeah, yep.
And
He's definitely an addict.
I'm like, I learned about this teacher
Right.
in United States because I was like, I told my parents I'm gonna move to China, Japan, whatever I have to go. Everybody told me I'm crazy. Small town.
This was at 19.
Right. This when I moved, I was 24. By the way, to San Francisco.
Just out of the blue, just said.
I was seeing these arts, the Warang arts. I already do Korean martial arts,
Right.
but some of the systems were very traditional. And then I saw Grandmaster Dialba that Farang Musul had the traditional aspect of the arts. In fact, the forms, it's like that's Korean or based on Chinese roots is the Warangs, right? So the Farang, just go fast for the question, it means a night. But the real meaning means the blossom of the flower. But more than that, it means bring the best from inside to outside world. And I can connect with that. As a warrior scholar, he was a full contact champion. He was mixing, jiu-jitsu with catch wrestling. You have grappling, a structured program. I'm very OCD. So you have, corner top, side top, full mount, back mount. And you have escapes, and you have finish, and you have tactics, and you have joint locks, and you have trapping. Okay, you got some from GKD. Okay, awesome. Wing Chun. Okay, you still keep all the traditional aspect of the Warang arts. What people don't understand is that, it's Korean. That's Taekwondo Aikido. Wrong. Wrong. Because Warang arts, there's several, and I can go over the names like Chinese Kung Fu,
Right.
etc. They're very similar to the forms like Kaju Kempo.
Right.
Kempo. Why? Because Kwambap, Chuanfan, Kempo, or Kung Tao,
they
all mean the same. The fighting method fist, right? Something related to fist.
That's funny.
Because the Warang arts, the roots were was Korean, but they got it from China before 1910. After 1910, 1945, what happened? Was Japan invade Korea. So now we have the Japanese influence, right? So that makes the system more lenient and hard. Yeah. And we know because Japan is an island, that's why the systems are hard, because they cannot retreat. But you see, a Korean is a peninsula. Kamsahamnida. And you see Chinese, a lot of space to move, and the movements are everywhere, right? Geography, and they say chichie. But look, the language, the culture, the geography change. So your habitat natural, right? It will change. If I'm in the room, the environment, I have different where are the exits, right? I know. And I like to be against the wall. I know where's the doors. I know I don't like to be here. I need to be here because I need to see you with respect also. But it is a natural
If you get out of my camera line,
so
I'm in the camera.
If you play this really fast, you'll see how quickly he starts moving back. Because he's been doing this the whole time.
I know he is, right? All the time.
It's like, is he waiting for an attack?
Yeah. It's like,
we never know, right? But anyway, the system have that influence. And then my teacher, of course, the Aikido is there. And the Taekwondo is there.